Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Arsenal to consider offers for a star, but a transfer won't come cheap, says expert. Arsenal will consider proposals for striker Eddie Nketiah this summer, even if a transfer deal won't come cheap, according to journalist Fabrizio Romano. Speaking exclusively to CaughtOffside for his latest daily briefing column, Romano explained that Nketiah seems to be on the market for the right price this summer, amid some rumours that he might cost as much as £50 million to sign from the Gunners. Romano is not aware of a final price tag being decided for the 25-year-old, but he insists Arsenal won't let the player go on the cheap, so it will be interesting to see who comes in for him and what kind of offer they can come up with. West Ham and the Crystal Palace have previously been linked with Nketiah by HITC, so they could be two clubs to watch out for, while Romano has also recently told us about Fulham exploring this potential deal. Discussing Nketiah's situation now, Romano said it could become clearer after the Euros when we see other strikers on the move. He said, I have been seeing reports about Eddie Nketiah and a possible price tag of as much as £50 million for him at Arsenal. However, I'm not aware of a final price tag being decided or communicated for Nketiah. Arsenal are expected to consider proposals for him, but for sure it won't be cheap. There is interest from clubs in England, but again, it's not something advanced or concrete now, as the striker's domino in the market is expected to start after the Euros. Nketiah came up through Arsenal's academy, but has fallen out of favour in recent times, so cashing in on a player that could bring them pure profit could be smart business for financial fair play this summer. Juventus hope to sign £20 million Arsenal player on loan this summer. There may be some players who potentially look to leave after struggling for minutes over the last couple of years. Jakub Kiwior is one of those players who has had to be patient during his time at the Emirates, with the £20 million man arriving at a time when the Gunners were seeing William Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes thriving as a partnership. In fact, most of the Poland international's appearances seem to have come at left back over the last season, with Zinchenko struggling to silence his critics in the role. The Arsenal staff have been impressed by Kiwior behind the scenes, which may perhaps hint that he is prepared to wait for his opportunity to stamp his authority on a place in the side, but he is attracting interest. According to a report from Gazzetta dello Sport, Juventus want Kiwior, ideally on loan from Arsenal. Motta worked with Kiwior at Spezia before his move to the Premier League. The report does not disclose Arsenal's stance on loaning Kiwior out, but it would surely be a surprise if Arteta saw the benefit in sanctioning such a deal. If Arsenal are going to let Kiwior leave, it would surely have to be in a move which sees them secure a significant fee, particularly as they would surely want to replace him. Kiwior has shown an unbelievable glimpses during his time in North London, and his place in the pecking order could easily change if Arsenal lose any of their key defenders to a serious injury. Having said that, a chance to return to Italy and work with Motta may be tempting for the 24-year-old, so Juve may perhaps hope that he can play his part in helping push a move across the line. Mika Richards has spotted one mistake Arsenal's William Saliba needs to stop making. Despite ranking Arsenal's William Saliba as one of the best defenders in Europe, Mika Richards has spotted something that needs to stop. Saliba made his third appearance at Euro 2024 on Tuesday, playing as Didier Deschamps' left-sided centre-back. There had been some thought before the game that Saliba would be replaced by Ibrahima Konate. However, Deschamps decided against heavily rotating his team despite France's strong position to qualify. Saliba finally looks like a nailed starter for his country right now, an omission that has previously been so puzzling. That being said, before France kicked off against Poland on Tuesday, Mika Richards had been sharing his honest thoughts on Saliba's performances. He said, because he is so good on the ball, he always wants to make the perfect pass. The perfect pass is not always on. Sometimes you just have to go to Rosad. Luckily enough, Kanté was there to save the day, but he is really becoming one of Europe's best defenders now. Of course, Richards' advice is a bit of a double-edged sword. Saliba's brilliance is fostered out of his confidence on the ball, as well as his undying belief that he can always win it back. And given what Saliba offers to both Arsenal and France, you almost need to accept that he will, on the very odd occasion, get one decision wrong. Arsenal hold talks over potential 60 million euros transfer. Chelsea and Liverpool could also get involved. Arsenal have held talks with PSV winger Johan Bakayoko as they line up a potential summer transfer for the 55-60 million euros Belgium international. Sources with a close understanding of Bakayoko's situation have informed CaughtOffside that the Gunners are keen to sign the 21-year-old, while Liverpool and Chelsea are also considering him, though their interest may hinge on player departures. Arsenal's interest seems to be the most advanced for the moment, as Mikel Arteta is driving their interest in Bakayoko, while Chelsea could get involved if they sell Raheem Sterling this summer, with the England international still attracting interest from clubs in the Saudi Pro League. Liverpool, meanwhile, also likes Bakayoko, but aren't in urgent need of new signings in that position, with a move likely to depend on whether or not the Reds manage to keep Mohamed Salah and Luis Diaz. Chelsea and Liverpool are yet to hold talks with Bakayoko, while there is also interest from Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig, though they also haven't held talks just yet. CaughtOffside understands that Bakayoko is open to leaving PSV this summer, but he will prioritize regular playing time at his next club, so it remains to be seen where he will feel he has the best chance of achieving that. It's understood that Arsenal mainly want Bakayoko to rotate with Bukayo Saka, affording the England international more rest after playing so much football in the last few years, but that might not be enough of a key role to convince Bakayoko. Meanwhile, this deal clearly won't come cheap, as PSV are set to ask for as much as 60 million euros for their exciting young attacker, whose value will surely only continue to go up in years to come. Arsenal pushing more than Chelsea for England international. Arsenal are reportedly pushing more than Chelsea at the moment for the transfer of Crystal Palace attacking midfielder Eberechi, according to Simon Phillips. The England international, currently with Gareth Southgate's squad at Euro 2024, is undoubtedly a top talent, but it seems that Chelsea aren't entirely sure he is what they are looking for at the moment. East can play as a winger or a number 10 and looks an ideal fit to give Arsenal a bit more spark next season, as they might need an alternative to Gabriel Martinelli on that left-hand side of their front three, or someone to take the pressure off Martin Odegaard to be the main creator in that advanced playmaker role. Phillips said the following: Arsenal are seriously interested in signing Eze, and they are looking to move out players like Emil Smith-Rowe and Reece Nelson on to make room and get Eze in. However, sources also say that pretty much every top club in Europe is now looking at and considering Eze, including Chelsea and Liverpool. SPTC sources say that a lot of people at Chelsea like the England international. However, he is seen as a more of a 10 than a winger, and Chelsea are targeting a winger more than a 10. Of course, Eze can and does play as a winger too, and he is very versatile, so Chelsea's interest in him could push on and become more solid, but at the moment, the interest is more tentative than anything else, and nothing has advanced or moved forward on it as of Wednesday. Let's see if Chelsea decide to step up on Eze or not, but they are also looking at other winger options as higher up on the shortlist at the moment, and it's Arsenal who are pushing the most for him. Arsenal hope to complete deal to sign lethal striker by the end of this week. According to reports in Portugal via the Evening Standard, Arsenal are hopeful of completing a deal to sign Sporting striker Victor Gyökeres by the end of this week. Gyökeres, labelled as lethal by Team Talk, outscored Manchester City's Erling Haaland last season, netting a whopping 43 times whilst lying on 15 assists. The deal is thought to be at an advanced stage, though it's not yet known how much it will cost. TBR reported last week that Arsenal were only willing to go up to £60 million to sign the 26-year-old, so it will likely be around that figure. Transfer specialist Fabrizio Romano has come out and gone against the reports that a deal to sign Gyökeres is close, as we reported yesterday. He said, "At the moment, Arsenal are not at that advanced stage of their negotiations for Gyökeres. They made contact with the player months ago, between April and May. They are aware of the €100 million release clause, but also the overall cost of the deal in terms of salary and other factors. They want to take their time to assess their options, so at the moment, with Gyökeres, it's not something imminent or close, but it's an option. I don't think Arsenal will go for crazy money for Gyökeres, so it has to be a different deal structure, or Arsenal could look at different opportunities." Man United eyeing bargain move for a 29-year-old Arsenal-linked midfielder. Manchester United are keen on signing the French international midfielder Adrian Rabu this summer. The 29-year-old central midfielder has been linked with a move to the Premier League, and the clubs like Arsenal and Aston Villa are keen on him as well. According to a report from Team Talk, Manchester United are pushing to sign the 29-year-old on a free transfer, and it remains to be seen whether they can secure an agreement with the player and his agent. The midfielder has been offered a 3-year contract by Juventus, but Rabiot and his representatives are not satisfied with the offer. It will be interesting to see if he is ready for a new challenge at this stage of his career. A move to Manchester United could be ideal for him. The Red Devils need more creativity and control in the middle of the park, and the 29-year-old would be the ideal acquisition. Signing a player of his quality and experience on a free transfer would be an impressive bit of business from the Red Devils. Manchester United need to improve other areas of their squad as well, and signing Rabiot on a bargain will certainly help them get the other signings across the line. Meanwhile, Arsenal could use more depth in the midfield as well. They need to bring in an alternative to Thomas Partey this summer, and Rabiot would be a quality acquisition. He could form a quality partnership with Declan Rice at the heart of the Arsenal midfield. Both English clubs would represent an exciting move for the player, and it remains to be seen what he decides. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.